Happy New Year, fellow sumo card collectors. Welcome to 2022. It's been a few weeks since I've recorded a video, but certainly been busy with the holidays and New Year. Back at it, ready to record some new sumo card content, and appreciate everybody subscribing and viewing these videos. If you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe below, hit the like to the video, and I'll continue creating all this content. Again, I certainly love talking about sumo cards, especially the older ones, as you'll see here in just a moment. But appreciate everybody tuning in to Sumo Card Hub. And we'll kick off the segment with the top 10 most interesting Yahoo Japan auctions, really from about the last 3 weeks or so since I created my last video. Things have been a little slow over in Japan anyway with auctions. Everybody's on vacation. But things are starting to pick back up, and I wanted to highlight a few really cool auctions. Some old, some new, some expensive, some cheap, some menko, some BBM cards, and so I think a nice little variety today. So speaking of variety, I'll kick it off with this 1,000 yen auction that ended really around $9 US, and this to me is the steal of the week. Got a nice variety of 21 different BP series cards from the late 1930s, early 1940s. These are the Bromide photographs. Really hence the name or the series BP, and some really cool rikishi and wrestlers in this auction, and I'll highlight those here in just a second. But you can see those are the black and white photograph cards that people collected. You wouldn't play any games with them, but people would put them in albums, collect them. Really it was very popular in the 1930s and 1940s. And so if we scroll to the right here, you'll see probably the best deal is this hand-colored photograph of looks like Yokozuna Futabayama in this portrait series from the late 1930s. So 1,000 yen, probably worth it in just that card right there. Pretty cool. You don't see these hand-colored ones very often, so somebody got a great pickup there in this auction. Let's go further to the right. You can see you've got Mina Nagawa here. You've got Akino Umi, both Yokozuna. I think this card was made right in 1942. You got Maegashira Rogoku. I think this was probably a 1940-41 card. You got Tamanishiki over here, Yokozuna, which he he retired, I think, late 1930s. So just a great card of a great bromide of Tamanishiki there. Keep scrolling. Akino Umi, some more here, and as Yukata, Akino Umi over here on the left. And it's hard to see, but another great pickup especially for 1,000 yen. You got Futabayama. This card was made, I think, 1941 or 1942. So great active year of Futabayama in this auction. So again, given that you've got a couple Futabayama cards in here, you've got Terukuni on the left down here with future Yokozuna as well. For 21 cards for 1,000 yen, again, that's got to be the steal of the week. So great pickup, and congratulations on whoever got that one. Here's another great auction, 2,500 yen or $22 US for 20 2008 BBM sumo cards. This is toward the tail end of the dead era, as I call it. So from early 2000s to about 2010, 2011, sumo card production was way down. Sumo popularity was down at that time. And so trying to find cards from this era is extremely hard. And so these 2008 sets are highly desirable. Certainly demand's higher than supply, so not surprising somebody picked these up. Some really good cards. Again, I like this design. I think it's simple but colorful. And so if we kind of scroll through here, you'll see just different cards. I don't think any one particular one stands out, but you can see the card backs. Then you can see some of the insert cards here, or subsets. Let's see, so 99 cards in the 2008 set. This is Yokozuna Hakuho's first Yokozuna card was in the 2008 set, as well as Tochinoshin's Deika, or debut card, was in the 2008 set as well. So really cool set. Congratulations on whoever picked that one up. I think you got a great deal, and good luck on trying to complete that set. You don't see this auction very much, or at least this card. So this is the 2004 BBM SCM original card, or Sports Card Magazine original card. So about 4 or 5 years ago, they stopped producing Sports Card Magazine, but it really was a price guide and a checklist guide for BBM cards. And it was a really useful resource. And they inserted these promo cards in the magazine. And this particular one, it was a parallel card to the original Takami Sakari card. And so, I don't know, maybe 1 out of every 50 magazines had this special silver foil facsimile signature card on it. So certainly pretty rare to see these, and not surprising, 4,100 yen. So what's that? Let's just say 36 US dollars or so. Really good price. I know somebody from the BBM Sumo Card Collectors Group picked this up, so congratulations there. Again, nice addition to your collection. Very difficult to find these cards. I really wish SCM would come back into publication. It was, again, a great resource, especially for some of the older BBM sets, and just interesting to see different cards from different sports, not only sumo, but all the other different sports and entertainment cards that BBM produced. So congratulations on picking this card up. I definitely love auctions like these. Not necessarily all about the cards, but the accoutrements to go along with the cards. It's particularly these early 2000, late 1990s binders that BBM issued. And I'll throw an image on the screen, but each pack contained a winner or a loser card, and I think there was about 1 winner card per box. Just like an entry form, and you would fill it out, send it in, and they would choose random winners. One of the winners would win, or several of the winners, I would imagine, would win these free binders from BBN that you could insert your pages in, and obviously store your sets in these binders. I think they stopped in 2002, 2003. Maybe somebody can throw up a comment and let me know when they stopped. But again, about 5,900 yen or so 52 US dollars. Somebody picked this up in just a really great condition. I don't even think this was used, just probably stored somewhere, and then somebody was just cleaning their house at the beginning of the year. But you can see from the 2000 set, great all-around looking card. Normally you'd see a lot of rusting along this metal, I guess spine ring area, but this one looks to be in great condition. A little bit of wear there you can see, and I think they highlight it coming up. Yeah, you can see just, I'm not sure what that is, the stain, rust, I'm not sure, but overall it just looks to be in great condition. So again, I love these. Just a great all-around auction, and I love just seeing what BBM used to do back in the day. I wish they would start doing more stuff of this, like this, here in the modern era. So congratulations on whoever picked that up. We have to give our lone Yokozuna a little bit of love here with this auction. Certainly pretty strong price, 8,500 yen, or about 74 US dollars. 3 bidders, so some pretty good action on this auction. This is Teru no Fuji's 2020 Sheen set autograph from the 2020 Sheen set. This is a subset where he was actually ranked just a Maegashira. He had fallen down due to injury and then was working his way back up, and they captured him here in this set. 90 cards, or at least 90 serial number cards, so 90 examples out of there. Here's card number 6. And just, I think, all around really good looking card. Pretty decent autograph for Teru no Fuji. I mentioned before, wrestlers, Rikishi, have some pretty sloppy autos, but Teru no Fuji's is pretty sharp looking. So congratulations on whoever picked that one up. A really good deal. Here's another auction from that dead era that I was mentioning earlier. This auction is for 100 2002 BBM cards from the regular set. And so yeah, this is right at the beginning of the dead era, and these cards are pretty difficult to find. So the great price, 9,800 yen or so, 85 US dollars. 5 bidders, so some decent action on all these cards. This 2002 set has 132 cards total. There are some special insert cards, some autograph cards that are really cool to chase as well. I think the only one that I know of that is in existence, at least through all the BBM sets, is that double Yukata card that is in that set. So that's pretty cool. If anybody ever runs across that or has picked that up, I think somebody from the BBM Sumo Card Collectors Group has one. Certainly that's the highlight insert card from that set. But nonetheless, this is for 100 of the base cards from this series. Really nobody of note. This is at the end of Takanohana and Musashi Maru's Yokozuna reign. They retired within several years of this set being produced. You've got some extremely strong Ozeki in this set. You've got Kaio, Musoyama, Chiotaikai, Tochiazuma, and I think between the four of them, if I calculated right, there's 12 Yusho between those four Ozeki. And when's the last time that's happened? So it is really cool to see some strong Ozeki during that time, with some Yokozuna kind of at the tail end of their career. But let's go through this auction really quick. You can see here's Musashi Maru, Takanohana, certainly the two key cards. Here's that Tochiazuma that I was talking about, Musoyama right there. You've got Kaio there, and so you've got at least three of the big Ozekis there. Kind of card backs. Keep going. I don't think there's any Deika of any wrestlers that I can think of. Asashoryu, this is a second-year card. In fact, let's see if I can pick him out here. I didn't really look to see if I could find him in this auction, but certainly you can see some really cool cards. You've got your Shinjiro cards here. Again, nobody in my mind that's really worth noting in that insert set. Here you go. Got some winners, and then back to the first part. So yeah, really cool set. Congratulations, whoever picked that up. Really good deal. Okay, time to give Kakuryu some love. These cards have been extremely popular. These are from the recent Masterpiece set that was released a few months ago. Only 15 of these autograph cards from Kakuryu are in existence, and so they certainly are highly sought after. 18,900 yen, so about 164 so US dollars. One bidder, somebody bought this one, probably for that $1,800 or $18,900 price. You can see the BBM seal here, sticker auto, but nonetheless, really cool card. This happens to be number 1 of 15, which is kind of cool. I don't know if it really adds any value to it, but certainly cool to have the first serial number card out of this series. And so these always go for really good and strong prices. You've seen those before in my last video. We've had several of them. So here, just a continuation of more strong prices for these Kakuryu cards. So congratulations on whoever picked that one up. Great deal. We are now getting into the stratosphere of card auctions from the past 3 weeks. This is an auction for the complete set of the 1999 BBM Upper set. So let's go back in the time machine a little bit. So in 1997, BBM released their first modern sumo card set. They also released really a historical set, and those were the two cards in 97. And in 1998 and 1999, they actually broke them up into two series. In 98, you had your East and West sets, and then in 1999, you had your Upper and Lower sets. And they only did those for 2 years, but really kind of compared to this, like this year, we'll have the 2022 first release here in January, and then in about the May timeframe, we'll have a special set that'll come out as well. So that's about comparable. Released these two sets that year. This is an extremely strong price for the 1999 Upper. I just remember that 5-10 years ago, you couldn't even give these sets away. Nobody's really interested in these older BBM cards, but certainly really cool to see strong prices now. So let's see, 43,000 yen, so that's about $372. And again, this is for the complete set, 195 cards in the set. None of the special inserts, but yeah, really in my mind, the money's in the base cards, right? This is where you get really cool images of some of the wrestlers at the time. Now in 99, you had Akebono, Takanohana, Wakanohana, right? Those were the three strong Yokozuna that really carried the sport through the 90s and into the early 2000s. And and once they went away, and you had the rise of Asashoryu, and really, I mean, he was very polarizing, not very popular, and so you just had that dead era of cards. Really no strong Yokozuna, or at least popular Yokozuna, really in the 2000s. So this is really highlighting the end of an era, if you will. 90s saw a huge boom in sumo. Salaries exponentially went up because of the popularity, and that was, again, really due to Takanohana, Wakanohana, the brothers, and then also you had Akebono in there as well. So very, very cool. Let's just scroll through. I'm not going to spend much time on each one, but you can see this set is broken up into their Keisho Moashi image, and then some action image right at the beginning of a bout during warm-up. The BBM used those photographs there for these cards. The regular Rikishi, you've got your looks like your Shinjiro cards in here as well. I was looking through the checklist. I couldn't see anybody really of note, but if anybody does think anybody's of note there, certainly hop in. Maybe I think Miyabiyama might be one, maybe the only one of note, but nobody that really stood out to me. Here you've got some historical subsets. You've got the winners. You've got the Takamiyama right there, and then kind of ending it with that flyer that was inserted in the box, right? When you open the box up, they had this flyer, and that was really meant for a store owner would open the box up, and they would put the flyer up on the window, signifying people, hey, we've got these cards for sale. So those can be collectible as well. And just like I was talking about that 2000 binder, sometimes the accoutrements, all the other stuff that came along with the sets, and sometimes could be more interesting than the set themselves. So maybe certainly in this case, this could be. So again, great pickup. Whoever got that right, instant classic set that you now own in your collection. So congratulations. I was really hoping I was going to be able to highlight this one. Certainly one of my favorite Rikishi of all time. And again, as I was mentioning before, he was very polarizing. Either you loved him or you hated him. I certainly loved the enthusiasm he brought to the sport in the 2000s. And really, he was the sole Yokozuna at that time, really trying to carry the sport on his shoulders. So this is Asashoryu's 2010 Kokugikan signed card. And why they're that, right? So they're these regular issue cards, and then in gold ink, the Rikishi would sign the cards, and then the Kokugikan or Sumo Association, Nihon Sumo Kyokai, would slab them in these acrylic cases, and then sell them at the Kokugikan. So, and that's why we call them the Kokugikan signed cards. And again, just love this Asashoryu card. A great image of him from 2010. And so BBM didn't do every single card of every set every year, right? They hand selected a few, had the Rikishi sign them, and then sold them at the Kokugikan. And I don't know really how many they signed. I'm guessing maybe 50. I don't know. I don't know if anybody really knows that answer. But look at this, 51,000 yen. So we're talking what, 441 US dollars, 18 bidders. Some really strong action on this card, and why not, right? I love it. It looks really, really cool. And so, yeah, congratulations on whoever picked that one up. You're not going to get any further Asashoryu signed cards, especially officially sanctioned ones from the BBM or from BBM. So, these are only going to become more expensive going forward in the future, in my opinion. So, it might seem expensive now, but going forward, that's going to be a steal here in 5 to 10 years when you look back on it. So congratulations, whoever picked that one up. Just a super awesome card. Okay, we're going to end it on a really fun auction. This is a 109-year-old set from right around 1913 or so, give or take a year. But yeah, these are Sumo Menko from that era, and some amazing Rikishi and artwork on these Menko. 150 Menko in the auction. You can see a lot of doubles and duplicates though, but certainly some really cool images on this set. Look at that, 77,000 yen, so 674 or so US dollars. 48 bidders, so a lot of action on this. A lot of people chasing this, me included. I had to drop out. It certainly got pretty high. Hoping somebody will start listing some of these doubles going forward. But look at this. Yeah, just let's scroll through here. Yeah, you've got Yokozuna, Umegatani from Tokyo. You've got Tachiyama here, Yokozuna. Here's Hitachiyama. These are all Yokozuna from the sumo, or from the Tokyo Sumo Association. There's also wrestlers in here from the Osaka Sumo Association. So for those of you who might not be tracking or might not know, there was actually two sumo associations back in the early 1900s, and then they merged in 1925 into one that is the Nihon Sumo Kyokai as we know it now. But look at these lithograph. I think that's what they are. Looks like lithograph printed cards. Here's Otori. He was an Ozeki in the Tokyo Sumo Association. Here's Nishinoumi. I think he was an Ozeki as well in the Tokyo Sumo Association. Some of these I don't recognize because they're from Osaka, and I just don't know Osaka too well. Man, look at the images here. Just really cool. Any guy, somebody like me who loves vintage, who loves these pre-war era menko. Yeah, I just instantly fall in love with these. Here you go. So here's Okido. He's from the Tokyo Sumo, there's Osaka Sumo Association. You can see here. You've got Asashoryu, who was a Sekiwake, I think, at this time. Look at these Yobidashi cards. Oh, it just, I look through here and it's like, oh man, I wish the individual would have broken it up into several auctions and sold all the doubles, or several different sets of this. But hopefully some of these will come back up to auction and we'll be able to grab some and show them in more detail. So here's the backs. I'm not sure actually what these red dots mean. It could be another game. Really don't know what those are. I haven't ever seen it before. But you can see here's the Shikona reading vertically. And then from right to left, you can see Osaka and Tokyo. And so this distinguished which sumo association they were with. Scroll through here some more. So yeah, some of these, really not familiar with the Osaka Sumo Association wrestlers as much as I am with Tokyo. But look at these. Yeah, so if anybody ever watching this, I got this auction, please let me know. I would love to pick up some of these doubles from you if you do get them. But yeah, again, super strong museum quality in my mind auction, and hopefully it'll end up there someday. So congratulations, and thanks everybody for tuning in to this week's top 10 most interesting Yahoo Japan auctions. And what we'll do is I'll switch over to a quick mail day. Just to show one random item that I picked up from Yahoo Japan auctions. I don't know, a few months ago, and I'll explain it a little more at the next segment. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Okay, I thought I would end it on a fun little mail day opening, and some of you might know when I buy Yahoo Japan auctions, obviously through Buy-E you wait, 30 days. You accumulate a bunch of auctions. So I do that, and then I have them shipped over to United States. And what I do is I spread out opening them again. Usually takes 2, 3, 4, 5 months sometimes to finally get through a box. It helps spread out the auctions. It can be feast or famine sometimes, especially on the older stuff. And so it's fun, when you win the auction, it's the thrill. And then when you see it again, when you open it, you've really kind of forgotten what you got. And so it's the thrill of opening it again. I know it sounds a little weird, but that's how I do. That's how I roll. And so I actually have no idea what I've got here in this package. One of the auctions that I won. And so let's go ahead and dive in, see what I get. It could be old, could be new, could be expensive, could be cheap. So yeah, we'll see what I end up with. You can feel that at the bottom, so I'm not too worried about cutting it off here. But again, doing this so everybody can share in the thrill of opening up these cards. Okay, oh, yep. Looks like I've got some late 1930 R Series menko. Very cool. Alright, yeah, I definitely don't have these cataloged. Yeah, so these are R Series, Rikishi Series menko, and this name I made up because they look obviously like a Rikishi, die cut. And so in my book, if anybody orders my 5th edition of my Sumo menko and card checklist, certainly the 6th edition will have this set cataloged in there, but when you look through there, if you happen to buy it, you'll see R Series menko. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got a Yokozuna. So tell you what, we'll wait till the back to see who that is. All right, got an Ozeki Kagami Iwa, I think. So He's Ozeki from, yeah, I think in the late 1930s. So this set's probably from 37, 38, or 39. There's a Komusubi Hishugawa? Yeah. Yeah. Having a hard time reading that one. Sometimes, you know, they all look the same. Here's Shinkai Maegashira. What is that? Anybody? Hopefully can help me out there. Probably not Ohagawa. Probably not. Tamano Umi Maegashira. Okay, so that's Minanogawa Yokozuna. That's who that is right there. And you can see hand drawn, die cut. So on a typical menko, you'll have a fighting number there at the bottom. And I've heard from several individuals that played menko or had menko back in the 1950s. You know, you would come together with the same set, and you would try to outmaneuver your opponent by having a larger fighting number. Sometimes, you know, if you had menko from different sets, you would choose whatever digits, you know, the first, second, third digit, and then you would have a battle. You know, if your third digit was higher than their third digit on their card, you would win. You would take their menko, and you know, that's how you'd play. So yeah, very cool. You got the height and you got the weight up there. Yeah, I can't quite read what's there above the fighting number, but yeah, really cool. Very cool set. Yeah. So let's go through the fronts. Hand drawn. A lot of these late 1930s sets also have their Keisho Mawashi has war themes on it as well. You know, because Japan was right in the middle of World War II. At least for them, we hadn't been drug into it yet. But there's one with an owl, and you can see the red on the lips. Some of these, yeah, here's one good example. This one, you can see the registration off, right? Is off, so the red on the lips is not quite matching up, and you can kind of see that on the flower on the Keisho Mawashi as well. So that's called registration, and so the red ink, the printing plate didn't line up correctly or quite as nice when they printed this. So, but makes it all the more fun to really collect these. You know, each one is unique, and to me that stuff doesn't bother me. You know, I'm just more interested in having the cards and being able to checklist them and getting them out there for everybody. So there you go, everybody. 7 cards, 7 menko, I should say, from the late 1930s R series. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll talk to everybody next Sumo Card Hub. Thanks.